2, and I have a chance of winning Heat 2.
Who are you
Tibe
gonna
and Maxime are in the same heat.
Who are you gonna be competing against then?
Dylan, Kieran, Quintin. Quintin.
How much fuel did we say? It was like 35?
Okay, guys,
That's
so
37.
yeah, just keep
We'll
it
do
nice
that.
and clean in the first
Kijk eens
sector.
aan.
Remember about
Alright.
the pit lane. If you need to pit for damage or drive through or something, be careful being back on track. And anyone who is on track when someone's leaving the pits, just make sure you leave them room on the inside so they can't go anywhere. If you see an incident,
Are you guys need one or
let
not?
off and slow down, please. It's not good. It's not good enough just to let off. We need people to slow down and brake. So yeah,
Guys?
enjoy the race. It should be a good one. Great circuit.
Carson, did you say something?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you guys need one or not?
I'm Heat 1. I'm right by you.
Behind me
You're
or
Heat 1 as well.
in front of me? Ross.
Yeah, right in front of you.
Okay. How many meters? You guys think?
I
37?
put in 39.
I'll put in 39. Yeah. Just
Yeah,
to
I'll
be
do
safe.
39 too. Just
It's happened before. Sham.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Oh, I'm right next. Oh, you're not right next to me. But I have black rims.
oh, nice.
You have white ones though. Ooh. Nice livery.
Yeah. You too.
Thanks.
I think I know the guy that designed it.
I also know he's a fucker. He's a total maniac.
It's a pretty loaded Heat 1.
Oh, okay.
Wiebe, Ramstein, Tipton, Ostland.
Oh no. Okay. Well, let's see. For us, it doesn't matter a lot. Whoa. Okay. Yes. Fuck's sake. Sorry.
It says it's giving me a slowdown for something. No idea what I just did. Wait, this says it's 50 laps. I don't have enough fuel, I don't think.
It's 20 minutes.
He gave the position back though.
I want to know what I was black fagged for.
I also got a black flag, but oh, it's clear now. Okay, good. I also got a black flag, but it's clear now. So.
I got a slowdown for nothing. I don't know.
Oh, weird. Fucking hell. So bad. Come on. It's some trust. It's all about building trust in the moment. And it's not going well. At all. It's still a long way, so after that a consolation, but I don't think I'll make it. Not that I expected it, so it's there are not a lot of fires around. Not even filling up the consolation. Right? Oh, it's more than less than that, mind. I should be on there 40 at least. More like 39.5. So just stay calm. Don't crash it. It's mainly this corner where I lose all the time. smoking again. For fuck's sake. Just follow them. Try to get close to them, but no. I know I can brake well into turn 1. The other one's still a bit afraid of something like that. Not sure. Oh, they're going for it. Suddenly they're pushing. Step out walls. Holy shit, closing the door. Always good. Whew. Martin is not very fast. Sorry, Martin. No. Media, by the way, so doesn't matter. But look at this. I don't feel comfortable at all. Just, oh, this sucks, man. Hasn't raced enough in the past few weeks. Sweden's nice though. Driving into the should at least be able to get Martin without pushing too much. Don't think I have damage, otherwise I'm still strong. Nice throw. Just throw it in there, you know? Tires are overheated, so watch out. Here. Sometimes, yeah. I should pin it down first before actually going to throttle, but it's not working at all. Also not doing great. Shit. How am I not faster? So good shit.
Fuck! I'm even getting slower.
Oh my god. Maybe follow Rasmus. Because he is going to pass me, of course. For fuck's sake! Oh. Starting again. Haat die Porsche Cup echt. Na de update nog. Ik doe wat mee is man. Ik voel hem gewoon totaal niet. Het remmen. Maar ik kan lekker aanvallen, lekker erin glijden. Dat kan ik gewoon niet. Nee, het is niet een breakbaar, het is het herhalen. Ik ben boos op de hand. Kan ik gewoon echt niet meer rijden opeens? Hè? Snelste is 41. Of terecht. Oh ja, tuurlijk. Ja, die jongen moet maar een consolation race voorrijden. Goed, echt fijn is nog dit. Kom maar man. Stuur. waarschijnlijk van. Wat zo'n leuke auto nu. Echt niet meer gaan. Schaam me kapot. Ik denk dat het toch een demmertje is, of niet? Ga jij het volgende perfect? Oh, kut. Ja joh. Klootzak. Als we gewoon in de pit zetten, ben je echt klaar mee, man. Ik kan echt niet rijden of zo, hè. Weet je? Ah ja, wel een grappig stream, hè. Jezus.
Yeah, apparently I had a internet issue there that caused my slowdown.
I'm never going to drive with a team name again. For fuck's sake.
What happened? What happened, Carson?
So many things. First lap, I crashed into the back of Hugo. Let him by. Then I was lost of the field, and then I did like 40.5s all the time. It sucked. I don't know if I had damage or anything, but it's a shame.
Threw away a spot in the final, so fuck me. I hate driving this car. I hate the Porsche. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Let it out. Let it out.
I want to like it, but so far, yeah. It's a love-hate relationship for me.
I used to love it on this track also.
It's purely hate from my side. It can go fuck itself.
I'm also
If I
not
could
sure.
sell it, I would.
What has changed to it? There was like an update, that's it, right? One small update. Or it's just my driving style, that could also be the thing. I think that is it, actually.
I'm just sitting here with the like disappointment that I have with the Neo as well.
Mm-hmm. I get it. Just
I want to do anything but race this car. I want to leave it in the trash and forget it.
are you in the final right now or not?
No.
Okay,
Good luck, Stan.
good luck.
Thanks, man.
I'm gone. See ya.
See you.
Bye.
Fuck. Dit is Sam, jongens. Sam kijkt het. Niet houden nou, niet houden nou. Deze. Straks is het geluid van de stream eruit gooien. Dus dan kijken of het smooth is. Dat was niet heel slecht. 75 zetten. 77 dan. Limit.
Bit of a sketchy bike back.
77. Zo, dat maakt een verschil. Ik zal even die stream weggooien. Wel leuk geluid. Tijd maar. Maar Sam is lekker bezig. Ja, ik wil niet zeggen dat Kieran, nou, geloof maar Quinten, als je hier rijdt. Goed bezig Sam. Lekker. Ja, ik denk dat Michael klaar is voor vandaag. Shame niet goed joh. Vol. Gaat lekker. Lekker zo. Kijk natuurlijk vrij wat. Zo, die gaat ook lekker.
Guldelan, who we were talking about a couple of laps ago about trying to make a move at the right time, suddenly finds himself in P number 9, and he so desperately would want to keep hold of that position because, you know, you're wondering on one
quick in anything you put him in. He has just got quicker and quicker and quicker in this Porsche Cup car over the course of this season. And like that. And he has an excellent racecraft as well and very good pace. So it's just whether this is the interesting paradox. This is what makes motor racing so fascinating, because really if you're looking from with a logical head on, like we are in our nice comfy commentary box in our homes, you know, we can say, well, he doesn't need to win this race, he can finish second and he gets into the feature race with a nice grid position. But as we get told, and as we sort of get an impression of with our own amateur sim racing experts, we just can't help but go for the win. Yeah. And I'm sure that is exactly what Kieran Harrison's thinking. I'm going to have you. I'm going to get this win. He's not thinking about the feature race. He's not thinking about the championship. He's thinking about none of that right now. He's thinking, I can get this race win. I want to see the checkered flag first. And that's the whole reason why we're here. And that is what makes the top racers. It's that state of mind. And I'm sure that is what's going through Kieran Harrison. You just look at the body language of his car, hard on the brakes. He's really pressuring, trying to fill Sam Coitert's mirrors, and he's doing a great job of that, and he's just chipping tenths away.
Hollow.
Looks like it's going to be very close for the white flag, very close indeed. I think they might just get over the line, so they might have Sam Coitert's going, please, come out, checkered flag, come on. But I think they might have to go around for one more. We'll see. We'll get them across the line. We'll see.
No, they will have to go for one more. I don't think they'll be able to make it last so long till the finish line. So yeah, one more lap to go. I guess this will be the white flag lap with Harrison chasing on. Look at the amount of lock he has to put into the car. This corner right here, the final corner, I'm afraid I can't properly pronounce the name well, but still, it's an amazing bit of track, the Aure-Lichtenberg corner. You just have to go really wide on your entry, try to get a good run in, and the car can just snap back all the time. It's amazing. Last lap then, will Harrison go for the gun? Will he pull the trigger? Get something on Sam Coiter, that's the question.
Arie Luyendyk.
Arie Luyendyk.
Arie Luyendyk, yes. He's an incredible driver. And if I think we get a free pass, Samil. I think we get. It's almost the rite of passage for a commentator to get people's names wrong. Yeah, you're not a proper commentator unless you've got somebody's name wrong and felt bad about it. So don't worry. So I tell you what. Speaking of fast Dutchman, well, Sam Coiter, he's responded. He's seen Kieran Harrison getting closer. He's seen that bright red.
Fuck yeah!
Engineering car really
nice job, Sam.
He's thinking, okay, you want 100%? Here you go. And that is the quality of Sam Coiter. He's a really good driver. Again, very good across many disciplines. Looks like, heading into the final sector, looks like he might have this one sewn up, Samil. I say that carefully.
Yeah, he actually has it in the bag from the looks of things. Past the final couple of corners, the Audi S's. Well, the home hero is on his way to win another one. Past the final corner, the Ari Lewandijk corner. I'm going to nail it this time out.
Hey.
Sam Coiter comes across. What a man, winning in heat number 2.
Yeah, brilliant drive from Sam Coiter. A home win. How good does that feel? And look at that. Flashing the lights. He's happy with that one. Well done, Sam.
Yeah,
And well
time
done,
for
Kieran
another
Harrison,
race.
pushing him all the way. Speaking of, look
job,
at
Sam,
King Hippo. Ryan Parkins in the 225 machine,
man.
putting some heavy pressure here on Jose Manuel Padden, but he's just going to run out of time. But a brilliant drive from Ryan Parkins, and he'll get straight on through to the feature race. Ooh, that was a real thriller against the Millen. Well, it's just what we've come used to here in the Porsche Sport Carrera Cup.
There's no need to be surprised because we get it all the time. And that's why I love this series, and makes me a bit sad to realize that it's the second last
Okay guys, I'm back.
round of this championship. But hey, let's focus on the good points. Let's focus that we have a consolation race and another feature
Sam,
race
great
all
job.
the way through.
Good job.
That is going to be rather spicy.
This is
Okay.
where we start up. Hashtag win season 2
Yes.
campaign. Tweet it to us.
Michael, you have
Hashtag
nothing to
Porsche
lose.
Sport Cup. Tweet
Just
us on the social media
have
as
some
well,
fun this time.
as
Try to have
we
some fun.
see our race results confirming Sam Coiter. My turn to get a name wrong. Sam Coiter in the 28 car, winning by just 0.6 of a
Don't
second.
even think about the result.
Kieran
Just have
Harrison
fun.
on the podium,
You'll get there.
Quentin
It's
Violate,
okay.
so edging out Dylan Burst by quite a margin after their little skirmish early on in the race. Fifth was Jordan Weeks for HM Engineering 2, and Oscar Wilkins was sixth, followed by Jose Manuel Padden. Ryan Parkins in the 225 Porsche.
Where are you,
machine
Rob?
gets home in
Where are you
eighth,
starting?
Thomas Gildeline in
Fifth.
ninth, and Kirill
Okay.
Kolobutsov, despite
That's
all
good.
that damage, which was not his fault, gets into
I'm in
the
last.
last spot on the feature race.
Respectable, though.
Brilliant stuff. So
Second to
now
last.
time for
Second to last?
the consolation race, and this is always a lot of fun. Starting on
okay.
pole position for the feature race will be Michael Pedersen.
Better.
on the 199 machine, followed by Martin Donati.
Doesn't
Pole
change,
two
but-
will be Lewis
Outside
Ward
line.
and Artem Grabau.
It's nice. The outside line is
Three
actually
will
not
be
that
Ross
bad.
Yost
Not gonna lie.
Alongside Dane Baird of Kairos.
If everyone on the
Gavin
inside is
Holtz will
clean,
start
at least.
seventh for Porsche Sport,
Yeah, you got the
beside
camber,
Ivan Rasta,
the-
other
yeah.
Kairos
The thing about the outside is
player.
you can just push it
Hugo
a lot
Gallo
more.
will start from 9th with
Like-
Ivo Lobscher in 10th. Rasmus Busk will start
Yeah,
11th
the
with
first corner is a lot easier on the
Joel
outside, for me at least.
12th. And we have a few more. Martin Spalek, Jacob
Good luck.
Robotham, Karsten Van Eyck, and Espen Erlandsen. So 16 drivers, only 10 get a spot in the feature race, Simil. So there is
Missed
a
my
lot
startup
on
there.
the line here for these drivers.
Ah,
And that just means that the drivers will be ever so excited, on their toes at all times to try and make good moves. I don't know about anything, but this surely is going to be a very, very interesting consolation race. Just the sheer number of cars
Whoa,
that we're gonna
Ross.
have here at Zandvoort
I
is
got
gonna be
punted.
a spectacle
I
in
got
itself.
punted.
But if that's not enough,
okay.
the racing will just be even better.
Keep on going. These guys can't drive, so.
Well, let's see their drivers engage.
You got that
Launch
right, they can't
control.
drive.
Lights are up. And we will be about to go. As the drivers are go here for the consolation race at Zandvoort, and Gavin Halls. The vampire is in a hurry in the number 38 machine, and he's made up a whole heap of places. He's up to 5th position already. Brilliant stuff from the number
Someone's
38,
spinning.
Gavin Halls.
Watch out.
Kairos competition cars. Dane Baird gets ahead of his teammate Ivan Harasta. And oh, big crash from one of the Whoop.com. Well, Whoops.com it is again. That is Ross Yost, who has put it in the wall there, number 66. And if he avoided anybody else there, he did really well. If he did, because he was broadside coming across the track. So hopefully not any damage. But you see the 199 of Michael Pedersen leads away for WIP.com Belante Racing. So a tale of two different fortunes for that team here, as we see these guys clearly in a very, very racy mood at the front here.
Crashing in front. Watch
Watch
out, Ross.
To try and give them the best possible grid.
Okay, they're
That really annoys me.
Into the pits. He
Well,
was.
someone's having a good day while the others
He
are
crashed
not.
into the pits,
Number
that's what I
17
meant.
Side by side right here. Donati looking
Let's stay
for
silent
something
now.
on Artem Grabal. Grabal gets the position in by getting the superior line. Donati has to wait back. Donati, of course, very aggressive driver, but now has to do the dirty work of defending as Lewis Ward sends one down the inside. And he gets the position in before the final corner. That
Ivan
is
Aresta.
a very smartly executed move. With Lewis Ward smartly realizing that, well, if Donati is getting a bit loose, might as well send it down the inside. Oh, one of the HM engineering cars. Oh, that's Kairos competition. That is bizarre. Straight at the pit lane, Ivan
That is
Aresta.
Ivan Harasta. That was they're trying to emulate a Ken Block video there, trying to skid it sideways through the pit lane. But let's see what happened then. He just got wide on the exit of the Ari Lowendyke corner. It's it's left, right, tank slapper, bang. Oh my word, that's Ivan Harasta. Well, that was a big one, and well, that's why that particular corner is named after Ari Lowendyke. It needs so much. Don't worry, it's a replay. Milk. Don't worry. I had the same reaction. I nearly lost my tea as well. But I tell you what, Ross gets a huge help there from Clement Andriot. I mean, nothing he could have done there, and that will just be devastating. Third corner of the consolation race, and he gets unceremoniously nerfed straight into the barrier from Clement Andriot. I suspect the Simpower stewards might have a word to say about that one.
Well, they already have, and they've given a drive-through penalty to Clement Andriot for that incident. So the stewards have been very quick in making their decisions. Andriot has to take a drive-through penalty. It's not the longest of pit lanes, mind you, but still, it's something. Artem Grabal taking a trip to the sand dunes of Zandvoort. Not in a rather good way. He doesn't have his beach umbrella and his sunscreen along with him, but he just does a bit of a Ken Block. Comes out of the gravel, loses a couple of
Isn't going
positions,
half
but
bad,
still
to be
finds
honest.
himself in P number 7.
It's okay.
It's good enough for Artem Grabal. He
Pace
still
is
is
as
in the
bad
order.
as it was last time though.
Dean Baird
Last
coming
race. So
under
not sure what
pressure
happened in
from
front, because these
Rasmus
guys are
Buck
slow
for
as
the HM
fuck.
Engineering 2 team. Rasmus is part of a top team here.
Maybe
He's
too
looking
much
to make a
pressure
lunge
to
on Dean Baird, who locks up
to actually push it or
Rasmus
something.
is up ahead.
It's basically a bit
So
of luck.
drama
I'm still
everywhere. And in fact, Peter, another
in a
piece
good
of news
position, to be
was
honest.
that Ivor Lobshaft, he got turned over and around, has missed
Course,
this race,
Martin,
and
though,
so has Espen who also missed the start for his
was
heat.
behind
Yeah,
last
there's
race.
something going on there, but
So
we must
that's
also
something
say on a
good.
happier note, a belated
Also, I can't read chat at the
birthday to
moment.
Dane Baird, and his parents very kindly got him
I'll
a
check
set
after this
of
race.
screens
Oh,
for his
HM
sim.
is
If you're
off.
not sure what that means, it's effectively
MFS
simulate a
is
wraparound
also
screen.
done.
And so he should be going at least 2.5 seconds a lap faster with those
He
new
doesn't
wheels.
have his day.
But
Let's
he's
just
certainly
call
doing
it
a
that.
good job right now. Up in
Rasmus
second
Busk.
position, riding on board with the 222
Not
of
at all.
Busk, in the new HM Engineering 2 team, the AlphaTauri of the HM Engineering crew.
He was black
as you
flagged. It's
see.
actually his mistake. Oh,
Gavin Halls, they are trying
Okay.
to defend fourth place right now. And he's got Martin
Even
Donati
worse.
next up. Can he make
Now
a
I'm behind
position
Dane.
on Donati in the 17
I actually wanted to join the team at one point.
Well, that goes on. Well, there's a bit of
Michael's
a,
still in
there's a bit
front,
of
I
sad news
hope.
for Carlos competition. Oh no!
Probably
no,
first.
indeed. We'll get a replay of that, but the result is
You guys can see the stream, I can't.
Gavin Halls. I tell you what,
I just don't want to hear the commentator in my ear while I'm still driving.
If he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all. Let's see what happens to Gavin Halls, the vampire. It's because we're racing in daylight, he doesn't like it. So he sees Rasmus there.
I got loose in the
my
back.
word, I mean, that was... Rasmus lost it on the braking and just plowed into the...
Whoa. I
I
think that's an net internet.
Sponsor of Gavin's on the back of the car.
Not actually.
My
Oh,
co-host on the Porsche Sport podcast.
He's-
and
ah,
MD
fuck.
Our company. Oh my
Dane,
goodness,
you
that's a-
motherfucker. Now I actually have damage again.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, Gavin uses a direct drive wheel. That will
Keep it in,
he felt
Karsten.
that through his arms.
No, I think what happened with Busk is he tried to go a bit too hard under the brakes.
Could have
and when he
easily
slammed
avoided
it, he
that.
stomped it really hard.
For fuck's
The
sake.
car can turn from the rear
Probably
at
my top
times.
speed is down now.
That incident is
Let's
behind
just
us.
push it then.
What's ahead of us is this battle between Rossios and Hugo Gallo. This is for P number 9. The spot on the very edge. So these guys don't have much to worry about unless they take each other out, which I hope doesn't happen, because they're currently in the top 10 and they will go to the feature. And Hugo Gallo is way behind. In fact, it's Ross Yost in the WIP Volante car trying to attack.
I'm out.
Roberto
This
up ahead in P
fucking
number 8.
sucks.
Aye.
It's going to be something interesting. WIP Volante,
Okay.
of course, having
Whatever
two
that guy
cars
Hugo
in
was
this
holding me
particular-
up and then
two cars in this one. So
bend
they
it
have 2 points
to
for them
avoid
because-
hitting him.
Well, Sam Coit had a good one in this, and then we saw another one of the Volante
Okay.
cars going a bit wide earlier, and that was Ross himself.
Michelson
So,
first, right?
time for a bit of a comeback here.
Certainly is indeed, yes. The
Good.
Jost is off straight away there. Ross Jost. Now he's still in 10th place. He's got a 13.6 second gap back to Busk in 11. So what? Just loses it on the weight transfer. And Smil, that's so typical part of a Porsche Cup car accident because there's so much weight at the very rear of the car.
Yeah.
When the car starts the pendulum, that tank slapper that you get is just horrible, and trying to catch it is not nice at all. So now I wonder if Gavin Halls is still in the race. He's now showing me 2 laps down. It was 1 lap down, so I suspect he might have parked it, but maybe it would be a good idea to get back out there because, of course, 10 drivers
Sliding,
get through to the
sliding,
feature
sliding
race.
all the time.
So for Gavin,
Ah.
if you can get the car back out there, you never know. He might sneak a spot in the feature. Who
That's-
knows? We'll see.
Just
Also
toning
news
down
coming up
Karsten.
that Ivan Harasta has been disqualified for reversing in the pit lane. So after that big shot that he
Smooth
had a
operator.
few minutes ago, he's also been disqualified from this one.
And
So
Dane
it's
is off
Dane
again.
over
He
for
seriously
the
can't drive.
second Kairos competition car as well as we see Dane Bird. Oh my God! Dane
Luckily he's not in our
some
team.
Pressure from Spalek at the back. Now Dane was
Should I
flashing
just
his
push
headlights
him
a few
off then?
minutes ago
Yeah, my
when
top
he saw
speed
a
is
few
down by a
incidents right
lot.
ahead of him. So he's
Look at
certainly
this
had a bit of
shit.
a busy one so
Luckily he's
far.
on the
The gaps
outside.
have opened up, and now
Oh.
it is
Whoa,
Spalek
whoa, whoa,
with
whoa, whoa,
Karsten
whoa,
and
whoa.
Ike for WIP Volante behind. That aside though, bit of a battle
Throttle
going on
out,
the top
come on.
with Drabao and Donati
Keep
punching
it there.
each other. Donati for, of course, the
Is he
Class
seriously going to
18,
fight over
Drabao
this?
for
Because
Wild Animals. Will they be running wild here at Zandvoort? The result certainly seems to
we're
be
still
their
in a
favour.
final position.
Artem Grabau sees that 3rd position.
I keep it in at
very
least.
nicely
No,
from
Dane.
Martin
Fuck you.
Donati, and Grabau, he's,
I didn't do
well,
anything wrong there.
nicknamed the Lawmaker.
Okay, I
And,
break
well, he's
myself.
laying
We
down
didn't
the
hit,
law
so.
right now, claiming a podium spot here in the feature race, but Dane Baird is getting himself into a bit of a battle here. He's dropped back to 7th momentarily, so I think he's maybe made a mistake there because he's now gone behind Karsten van Eyck and Spalek. So
Bad line for there.
Karsten van Eyck makes a mistake, and Dane gets the car
Better than
back
Dane,
into
though.
the Kairos competition machine. Very distinctive grey, pink, and green colour scheme. I've actually seen
That's
their
not this.
colour scheme. It looks fantastic on the new Dallara LMP2 car. There's plenty of
sliding,
space
mate.
certainly for it on that car.
Come on, keep it in.
Absolutely, that's a beautiful looking LMP2
Pin
car.
it down
Dane
first
is
and then
not
go on the
happy.
throttle.
Dane is rather frustrated. Another piece of news that has just come in is, we'll speak about that news later on because Dane, that was the mistake. Getting a wheel or two on the gravel.
No.
That's why he lost the momentum. That's why he went behind and had to fight for the position the way he did. On the entry, the classic Porsche tank slapper. Dane Baird, learned it the hard way.
Dane
Also-
Rallycross Beard was all.
Yes.
Beard. Dane Rallycross Beard was all over that. We know Dane loves his Rallycross, and he's done some great Rallycrossing impressions in this series, hasn't he? That was just as you know, some of these insufferable car journalists that call it a dab of Oppo,
What happens?
which means a little bit of
Ah,
opposite to
come
stop,
on.
yes, which
Fuck
is
this
it's just
fucking
a really,
shit. I hate
really
this fucking
naff
car.
way to say it.
Okay.
Well, that aside,
He's
this
out.
is a bit of sad news if you're a Busk right now because he's been given a drive-through penalty for causing a collision, the one that we saw early on at the Audi SS. Oh wait a minute, yeah. Pedersen in the pits. Why is that?
Oh dear.
Okay, so Michael Pedersen, that has to be the final corner.
Oh my.
That's
Oh my word, that's a huge accident. Well, I suspect after that one he knew he would need to come into pit lane, but he will... Now, if I'm not mistaken, Samil, our drivers have an iRacing fast repair, is that correct, from my memory?
But we haven't really faced a need for it, so I don't quite remember. But give me a minute and I'll quickly dig through the documents to find that out. But Pedersen, oh dearie me. The
Lewis
roll
Ward.
cage will be shattered, yeah.
Lewis Ward did an amazing job there because it was very hard to predict where, you know, the impact was so big there for... the impact was so big there that it was so tricky to kind of decide where he was going to go for Michael Pedersen there.
Dane, you're a
Spinning across
moron.
the track, which way was he going to?
Stop flashing your fucking headlights.
So hard to tell. So well, Lewis Ward now in the lead. The man in the number 97 machine for Meraki Racing. His favourite car, well, he has expensive taste, that's for sure. A Ferrari 250 short wheelbase.
Wow, that's a rather exquisite car, isn't it? So all the drivers here certainly have got their tastes quite sorted out, and they know exactly what makes for a rather gem of a car. And now, Peter, I've just gone through the documents, and the drivers do not have any fast repairs. So Pedersen has quit the session. Essentially, we have our 10 drivers locked in for the feature race. It's been a race of attrition so far, and this battle that we're seeing right here is between Hugo Gallo and I think,
Wants to go on me.
no, Jacob Robotham getting a bit naughty on the exit. Hugo Gallo with barely anywhere to go, so he just had to dab on the brakes a little bit.
It's so hard to
Now
keep
he
it
gets
actually
the
in on the
run
rails, you
on
know.
the
Like,
outside line. Is he gonna send it at Tarzan?
would it be
Is he
set
gonna
up? Not sure.
smack his chest
Damage,
like a wild
probably.
animal and get that position? Hope he isn't.
No idea
No,
what to do about
and
it.
I tell you what, the wonderful
Probably more practice is a good idea
wonderful
though.
Dempsey Proton tribute livery there from the number 7 of Robotham, with got Gallo right behind him trying to get by. No such luck, as you said, Simil. There are a couple of places where you've got a really, there aren't many places to overtake at Zandvoort, but the ones where you do, they are really good opportunities. Obviously, coming into Tarzan is one of them. You get a chance to line it up on the brakes. There's quite a long braking zone there. But particularly, I think the
Still 6
the
minutes
most
to go.
important one I would say is formerly turn 9, and for tonight
Let's try to
only,
put the best pressure on Martin. I want to pass him before next race.
Putting a lot of moves. This one right here, there's lots of lines through here. Now,
Oh,
you
fuck.
can attempt to move,
I had
you
my
can get it
voice on.
half done, but getting the door slammed shut and finishing the
Then
move,
don't
that's the
get
tricky
distracted,
part,
mate.
because there's so many
on.
lines where you can cut back and get the drive out the corner.
Exactly. It's a tricky circuit with lots of different characteristics. Now, the move was coming almost, we thought, from Hugo Gallo. Not quite getting in there. Gallo trailing behind.
And just should be like half a meter
Looking
wider, I
for
think.
where Jacob Robotham will make a mistake. Now, that's one thing that racing drivers do. They keep on watching, they keep analysing the performance of the drivers right ahead. And now Gallo tries to make a lunge down the inside of the Ari Loenberg corner. Puts his nose in the right place. Not good enough. Uses a bit of the curbs. Now, this is the onboard that you need to watch. Gallo comes up. Gallo goes side by
I hope that's not
side,
what I think it was.
and he lunges.
Will disconnect.
Forces his way past almost.
Have had it
Hugo Gallo.
before.
He's a bold and daring
It's one more
driver,
wheels,
so
not
is Jacob Robotham. He's got the better run towards
mounted
turn number 3,
correctly.
Jacob. And he's got the edge this
Please
time.
no.
Dear me, Peter, when do we not have a boring race here? Well, when do we have a boring race here? It's almost always brilliant.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I tell you what, that move that Gallo made, but didn't quite get done. I tell you what, his driving is just, well, his driving has been as good as the wines of the same name are bad.
How am I in
I don't know if you
fifth?
had them over
Like,
in Mumbai, Samil, but
how is this good
Gallo
driving?
wines
It's not.
truly awful.
Trust me, it's not.
Oh, well, sadly, you haven't really got on here in Mumbai.
You're not missing anything.
My wheels isn't even
I-
straight
Oh, now, here we go. Go on,
because
go
of the
on.
damage.
And I'm not old enough to drink wine as well, so I probably won't know.
Very good this time,
You
come on.
should come and live in Scotland. That's never got in the way of anybody.
Better. Just the wrong entry.
That was a
this time.
joke. So you see the 23 of Gallo really putting some
These
hard
Danes
pressure
dropping off.
on here with 5 minutes to go. Now, it's easy to say, yep, the top 10 is solidified, but this is like a qualifying race now. It's like a Super Pole race now, Samil, where every spot is another crucial step forward for a grid spot in the feature race.
It absolutely is, and now Hugo Gallo wants one position better. Getting all the apexes, getting loose slightly on the exit of the curve. That car can be slightly leery over there.
Starting to get a
Lining
hang
it
of this
up
car
on the
again,
edge,
sort
a bit
of.
opposite lock, nice and clear
Can
there.
push it a bit more.
So, Hugo Gallo versus Jacob
Just not too
Robotham.
much.
Round number
Woo.
20 odd something coming up. Here comes Hugo Gallo once again. Is this going to be
Don't
the move when he finally gets it done?
Celebrate
Bit
too
of
early,
lock,
come on.
slight smoke from the tyres. Robotham
Focus.
goes wide, and Gallo at last is up into P7, Peter. That took a long while, didn't it?
It did indeed. As we see, I'm looking at the brilliant chat going on our broadcast, our in-race broadcast chat on YouTube. Do give us your thoughts on there, and hello to everyone commenting on this wonderful race. Porsche Sport team boss Luke Holroyd, our very generous sponsor for this series, he has simply said, Gavin Halls, this is what we're talking about, Gavin has gone for a quiet walk. I think
Yikes.
to decompress after his slightly difficult day at the office, shall we say?
Just wants to go straight.
Slightly is a bit of an understatement, mate.
Yes. Well, understatement of the day goes to me then, Simil.
Yeah, just got flipped over and did a
The
Richard
Danish
Hammond.
even
Can I
slower
call
is
that way?
damn
Well, I
funny.
think he did a Richard Hammond there. Not by himself, but still.
Didn't expect that.
Yeah, you're far more pleasant company than he is, Simil. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. You'll notice when I say something inappropriate, I say the time of the race left to go to try and distract from my silly comment.
Safe.
As we see
Once
now,
again.
look at that. The 23 of Gallo, he's really putting the hammer down now, isn't he? He's
Not like Martin
already
is
at
really
1.7
fast, I just don't
seconds
have the
on Robotham,
pace.
So he's really on a charge.
That's all.
Well, he actually is, and now it's time for a few replays because
Come
there
on.
have been quite a few things going
Push.
on at the track. So that was the early incident with Ivan Harasta. So gets on the wall, just gets very leery on the exit, very wide. And so he tried to replicate the most world-famous iRacing video of all time, the one where he directly tried and make a pit stop from spinning around. But sadly for Ivan, the wall at Zandvoort is slightly
And
curved,
Trigger
so he can't
way
get
more
down an entry,
aggressive.
unlike Lime Rock Park. Then, of course, the incident involving Busk, where he just punted one of the Porsche Sport drivers, that would be Gavin Halls. He got a drive-through penalty for that. Couple of crashes here and there, and it's been dramatic all the way through.
My favourite comment in the YouTube chat. Oh, sorry. I get a fright there, and that was the amazing side swipe move there from the 97 of Lewis Ward, doing very well to avoid the spinning Michael Pedersen. But yes, my favourite YouTube comment while we're looking at some of these incidents on
White
track
flag.
is from Matthew Crisp, who says that Gavin Hall should maybe put the sponsor logos upside down.
Halls is
next
also
time
out,
for
what?
the race. So when he's on his roof, he'll still be getting exposure.
Don't
for
bin
the
it now.
sponsors, which is,
Come on.
Which is quite a clever idea.
Well, Crispy always coming up with the goods in the YouTube comments. He's quite an amazing person to work with, honestly, Crispy. Just very articulate, very sharp with his comments, and he's really entertaining.
I think
delivering in the
so many
YouTube
people
comments,
actually
isn't it?
dropped out that
And now, Busk is
it's
under pressure to
an
change
easy
the goal
pass.
pattern. Nice. This is not my
If I crash now, I'm still...
Yeah, tell you what, there are certainly
final, I
is, and
think.
these all mean
Does then go
positions.
through.
That's the really important part to this.
So-
let's see. Busk on the move back.
Let's see.
He obviously had
There's
that
not really a
incident
straight on
earlier
here,
and that put him a
This
little
track.
bit out of sequence, shall we say. Now, as we see the number 97 Lewis Ward, I think this will be the final lap now. I'm pretty sure, but we will confirm closer to the time.
Okay, I'm
but
not
yes,
becoming
brilliant
faster,
drive
but
from Lewis Ward and did really,
at least
really
it's
well
more
to avoid
fun
that
now
incident
again.
with Michael Pedersen.
Absolutely. Lewis Ward has just
So-
been on top of his
Okay,
game
now-
right here. Wasn't really
Well,
leading, but
yeah,
when
okay.
the incident happened, he was
So,
there to pick up
if I
the
crash
pieces
now,
and
I'm
actually
still
make
the final.
best avoidance that I've
But it's a few
probably
more
seen for
corners,
quite
so
a long while, because
no
you saw,
thanks.
okay, that aside, Clement Andrew has had a bit of a moment here. Time for a quick replay then.
Martin is taking it really easy
So,
now.
final corner it is, gets a good exit. He's got a slightly damaged front bumper, if you can
I
notice.
get that.
Slip and slide, fast and furious Zandvoort drift. Ending with the whole of the sides
Yeah,
of
it's
the crater
not
on the
great.
surface of the moon on his tyre.
At
Big
least
flat
I'm through.
spot indeed.
I've just got one slight problem now, Sunil. It's just come to me that you know how the one of the most famous logos in motorsport is the Michelin Man. And the Michelin Man, you ever feel sad? Just look at the Michelin Man. He's the happiest guy in the world. He's got a big thumbs up. He's like, we make brilliant tyres and we're making loads of money. So I'm very happy as the company mascot as we see Lewis Ward comes over the line, the number 97, leading 6.7 seconds. Fantastic stuff with Artem Grabau coming over the line in second place. But if Gavin Halls is going to have his sponsors upside down, then, well, the Michelin Man will have a thumbs down.
Absolutely. Michelin Man, of course, quite an iconic figure, but what's even better right now is that Lewis Ward comes home to take a super victory. Very calm and composed he was all the time, as we see the Kairos car cutting the lawn, becoming a bit of a lawn mower right here. But man, brilliant racing all the way through. This was brilliant. Let's bring it on. Let's bring on the final here.
And we see Dane Baird, he just can't help it but drive on some loose surface. He's doing some donuts in the gravel trap out the back of the Tarzan bend. Fantastic stuff. I always like those alternatives. You see the town of Zandvoort there? That's the back of the shot.
Yep.
Beautiful seaside beautiful seaside town. You can go down there and, like I say, lovely fresh fish kibbling. Well, lovely fresh fish, which is wonderfully deep fried to make it even tastier. So it's nearly time for the feature race, but our drivers going to get a quick warm up before this. But before that, let's have a run through of the results. Lewis Ward then wins from Artem Grabau by 6.6 seconds, with Martin Donati finishing in third. Martin Spalek finished fourth, with Karsten van Eyck in fifth. Dane Baird continuing his charge for the Hard Chargers trophy
Ja.
here in the Porsche Sport Carrera Cup, finishing
Ja, ik ben in de finale.
will start 26th.
Ja, 2 Nederlanders doen het weer hoor. Nee.
Gallo finished 7th, followed by Rasmus Busk, Jacob Robotham, and finally Clement Andrio, a minute back from the leader, but crucially will get a grid spot for the feature race, where all the big points are handed out to them.
Yes, indeed. The feature race is where all the drama really spices up. Everything gets so interesting in this part of the race. That is when everything stirs up. And let's actually take a bit of a breather. Let's actually think about what to expect from this one, Peter, because now we've got yet another battle between Ramstein and Teeb. Zandvoort, as we've mentioned, can be tricky to pass, but these guys, as we saw in Road America, that does not dampen their spirit at all.
Definitely not. I mean, at Road America, that was the real blockbuster battle, wasn't it, between Maxim Ramstein and Alexander Teeb. I tell you what, I nearly lost my voice that day. That was incredible.
Yes.
And the other races have been, certainly between Teeb and Ramstein, have been very much calculated, clever affairs, because both of them make so few mistakes that when they're together in a sequence, it only takes, I mean, in that last race, they were separated by, in heat number 1, when they were together, they were separated by 2.1 seconds over the whole race. So they must have been a couple of hundreds of lap difference, which is nothing, of course, but over 20 minutes, it makes a big difference. Feature race is 30 minutes. That's another whole ball game.
You guys use like
Alexander Teeb, we've seen him make one
clutch paddles for the launch at the start.
Lagos, and that the penultimate corner.
Yeah, what you do is basically...
What do you set the bite point at?
Okay, it's 60% about. It's about 55.
Like 50-ish, and I was like spinning the
40?
tires. First
You do
race
40?
I did okay, but
Oh, 40.
After that race, and
Okay.
I was doing like 50.
Do you do...
Okay in the first race, but
Yeah,
then the second
absolutely.
one I
Steve
spun.
sets really high standards for himself, and you kind of see it in the way he
35.
drives. Wasn't really the happiest
53.
person in the world, but that just shows you the kind of driver he is. He wants more. He wants to get
Okay.
even harder every single time. That's why we love him. That's why he is where he is. He has lots to expect in this battle. But Peter, what do you think
Oké,
about that you
veel
mentioned
succes, man.
coming in with 2 new cars?
Start tweede.
That's something that shows that the series is booming and growing, even though we're here at the second last round now.
Oh ja, rustig aan joh.
Absolutely, it's great to see
Ben benieuwd, man.
engineering one of the real growing powers in sim racing, and they've had an amazing year.
Je staat wel zo mooi in dat rijtje met die iRating zo. 7.6k kom jij 4.2, dan 6.9, 5.5, 6.3, 7.3, 7.4. Ja, toch? Zeker.
Tell you what, the new guys, they're going to get a real awakening here of the rough and tumble of the Porsche Sport Carrera Cup as we see our grid coming up. Now, we've got our 2 championship protagonists there in the top 3. Alexander Teeb in pole, Maxim Ramstein in third. But Sam Koiter, he is going to be the wild card in there because he is fast around this Zandvoort circuit as he is everywhere. All the big names have won here. Ascari, Fangio, Moss, Clark and Stewart have all won here. And, well, who is going to add their name to that very illustrious list
53
of
liter.
winners? Row 2, you'll see
goed,
Kieran
dus ik ga
Harrison
even,
there in fourth as well. Watch out for him. On the third row of the grid will be Justin Tipton, Mr. Pink Wheels, you can't miss him. Quentin Bialati in the opposite, in the dark black machine, the 991, he starts from 6th. Brian
ik heb de
Watford,
chat weer
watch for him, very impressive in his heat.
Top.
He will start from 7th with Dylan Burst in 8th, who has a score to settle with Quentin Bialati. Row 5 will be Robin Osland and Jordan Weeks. Row 6, Justin Rem and Oscar Wilkins. Row 7 will be Alan Powell and Jose Manuel Padden. Row 8 will be Pascal
Oh kut,
Costa
de grid
and
is al.
Ryan
Godverdomme.
It's the King Hippo in number 225
Ja,
Porsche
ik
Sport
ben er al.
machine. 17th
Good luck, guys.
Maisel,
Wish I was there with you.
Yeah.
Lion.
Thanks, Ross.
Lichtenhagen will start 19th with Kirill Kolobutsov, the wild animal, in 20th. 21st will be Lewis Ward, followed by Alex Bow, Martin Donati and Martin Spalek. 25th on the grid will be Carsten Eick, Dane Beard in 26th, Hugo Gallo will start 27th, and finally Rasmus Busk will start 28th in the 222 HM Engineering Machine. And not finally, we have Jacob Robotham in 29th and Clement Andriot in 30th. 30 strong grid. That is pretty busy around here at Zandvoort, as our drivers are nearly ready to go. We'll wait to see the cars. You'll just see the cars twitch on their haunches here. That's the drivers engaging launch control, getting ready for the start of the race. These 911 GT3 Cup cars have that system. They get ready to go, poised for the feature race here in the penultimate round of the Porsche Sport Carrera Cup. We are go. Great launch from Alexander Teeb in the Team Redline car. Looks like he's going to make it down to Tarzan first. He does now. Who's going to get in there second? It's a battle side by side between Sam Poiter and Maxim Ramstein. Maxim Ramstein does not want to let Alexander Teeb get away, and he makes a brilliant move on Poiter. Will Poiter be able to counter? He goes and covers the inside line very nicely, and he will tuck in behind his championship rival. Brilliant start from Maxim Ramstein from third to second place.
But there's drama at the back because Dane Baird, one of our Race Sport TV co-commentators, has also crashed in the back for Kairos competition. Oh man, their bad day is getting worse after Ivan Harastin got disqualified. Baird is in the wall now.
Oh, a disaster for Dane Baird for Kairos competition. Not a good day for them indeed. You're right, Samil. To see, look at this field, fierce field of some of the fastest sim racers in the world, flowing through the Juneland section here. We've got a spinner. And big hit there.
Dat was een beetje jammer. That sucks.
Thomas Lion getting put on his roof there. Out the car next roof is a Porsche GT3. Dearie me, it's
actually in a decent position
not short
for
of
once.
action here in this opening lap.
Well, the Porsche GT3 Cup cars just look like flipped over turtles when they're that way, and it's a very sad sight. I think we saw a total of 5 flipped over cars. Another crash in the back. That is one of the Impulse Racing cars. The number 801 will be Pascal Costa. That has to be one of the most chaotic opening laps that I've ever seen, Peter. And there are tons of replays on the way.
Oh yes, we'll try to get them all to you, but at the moment we are, we are going to get them to you, which I'm pleased to say. So this is a replay of the start then. So Dane Baird he's got Busk just tipping his nose in, and it wasn't really a great deal that Dane could do there. That was just a bit of a racing incident, I think.
Eigenlijk gewoon ze achter wel gewoon sneller. Ik heb weer damage. Ik heb nog niet zonder damage gereden, man.
The jungle man himself.
Oh no.
Dat team gaat ook niet best.
Wow.
That reminded me of a game of bowling when the ball comes in and strikes everyone and all the pins disappear. It was a big accident with both of the wild animals cars involved in the first lap. Lewis Ward is right here and he just gets tapped around. No.
It was all started. It was all started by one of the wild animals cars. I couldn't quite see which number it was, but yeah, it just punted the back of Ward, and that set off the chain reaction. So let's have a look here. As oh my lordy, I think it was the 555 of Kirill Kolobutsov who set that horrible chain reaction off. And you mentioned Tenton bowling. It was almost like dominoes. It was like a domino trick, wasn't it? As we see the drivers involved in that incident really struggling to get going again, and it might be the end of their day. So here's another replay. Well, because I tell you what, we'll be here all night with these. We'll see Manuel Padin. What's going to happen to him? Oh dear, I'm not even going to say it. That was just a really unlucky one there all around.
Now then, something with Tobias Meisel. He's the one who hits him around and then gets spun around himself. And all of a sudden,
22e.
on the Porsche
Zo.
911 GT3 Cup car around, and you've got a
Hey, dat is niet slecht.
Man, that is so sad to see. But the replays are not done yet, folks. Carsten Van Eyck loses it all on his own under braking, and then like an uncontrolled bowling ball, He
Ga even
lands in the
focussen.
gravel trap. Sadly not
Wat is het nieuwe doel?
hitting
Hendrik
anyone.
inhalen.
Then
De klootzak.
Justin Rem has a fair share of his
Sorry,
incidents too, because
sorry.
that is on the Audi S's. On the grass, no, that's on the entry to the last corner.
Ik vind het wel.
Well,
Where do we go with this?
Well, Justin Wren there spinning. I mean, that span right in front of Ryan Parkins, and remember, Ryan runs with the virtual reality headsets. You see,
Zullen we hem
Kieran
laten
Barrett,
volgen?
that is a collector's item. Not, I tell you
Ietsje
what, take a
zeven naar
photograph
deze
of
bocht
that.
heen.
That is one for the highlight reel. Kieran Harrison does not make
Is wel
mistakes
lekker.
like that very often. So, what a start to this race. Kieran Harrison back in 16th
Is wel lekker aan het vechten.
position. Ryan Parkins up to 11th in the 225, and it's just to finish what we're saying there. Justin Rem spun in front of me. If you can imagine, if you're wearing a VR headset, that would have seemed like he had a Porsche 911 Cup car right on in front of his eyes. That was, wow, that was close. So, not the best of start through the field for HM Engineering, but for their lead man, Maxim Ramstein, he's just only just a slither over a second behind Alexander Teeb. So that battle is on at the front.
That was a lot of replays that we just had right there. So much going on in the first lap. I think it's all calmed down a little bit, and that's something very nice to see after that acrimonious first lap. We expected drama at Zandvoort. Who are we kidding? We expected a whole lot of crashes, but this was on a different level. Hey, fun day at the beach coming up for all those drivers who crashed out because, well, what do you do if you have a bad day at Zandvoort? You go to the beach nearby, put up your umbrella, have some sandwiches, and hope that the seagulls don't take them away. But that jokes aside, battles going on everywhere all the way through. When Sam quoted, we saw him getting slightly aggressive with Maxime Ramstein on the first lap. Now, Sam Coiter has just become a rejuvenated driver in the last 3 months. He's really become very quick. And I
Hendrik die denkt,
challenge Maxime
ik steek hem er
Ramstein
even
for second
naast.
place. Quite like Kieran
Hou hem
Harrison,
ernaast.
Ramstein's teammate, is going to challenge Martin Donati for P number 14, Peter.
Soms de derde.
Yeah, really quick. Kieran Harrison is, shall we say, I think it's fair to say Kieran is out of sequence here. He's a very, very fast driver, so this will be deeply frustrating. But of course, you've really got to pick your way through cleanly. And Zandvoort is not always straightforward.
Ready
Not
for
in every part of the circuit. So let's see what his teammate Jordan Weeks getting a wild one onto the gravel. Doing a bit of a Paris-Dakar rally impression here, of which Porsche had, they did run in the Paris-Dakar rally with the 959, the Rothmans 959, built by ProDrive. Wonderful machine, which was actually originally, the 959 was originally built to go Group B rallying, and then that of course got the plug pulled, but they still made the road car anyway, which I like that, and then they made it into an off-road dirt raid car, if you like. So, what's happened to Martin Spalek in the 906 machine? Another replay. Tell you what, our producer Arjuna Kankapati is getting his fingers are going to be sore tonight.
Die staat voor me.
Replay buttons in the production booth.
Ga ik naar P18 hoor.
And someone
Het is
put
niet
the
eens heel
roof by a
slecht.
Wild Animals car. Oh, full 360, very nice, very stylish.
Nog zieliger voor Michael
Spalek will be
eigenlijk.
having a few headaches after this one if he's driving in a VR. Or the Wild Animals car comes in. Spalek is turned around like a JCB crane once again. Right here then. Grabau, yeah, that was Arden Grabau. And just to compound the bad news for Wild Animals, Kurt Golubutsov also had a drive-through penalty for all the drama on their first lap. But Golubutsov is not in the session anymore. He's quit this game. Sad to see him go away.
Indeed. I'm sure the drivers on track might not agree, given the amount of incidents that seem to attract themselves.
Als die voor mij is, echt gezellig gast
Never
ook.
mind. Maxim
Verbazingwekkend.
Ramstein, well, he's doing his quad. Look at how much of the road he's using on the exit there. Wow. That is, I didn't realise you could use that much exit on the road there. That shows you why I'm up here and he's in the car. Oh, there's an HM Engineering car off. It's not Ramstein. Oh my word. 2 collector's items in
Beetje agressief
one
kijkt, echt
race.
pakt hem.
What has happened to Kieran Harrison? This is so not like him. Looks to make an unforced error there at the Ari Lewandijk bend. Goes straight on. That, I'm speechless, Samil. That's really, looks like he's maybe, he gets a bit of a wobble on and that puts him wide. He's onto the grass, and when you're on the grass, you might as well be on an ice rink. Oh, well, they love their speed skating here in the Netherlands. Well, that was a good impression of it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go on the grass. It is just so slippery. There's barely any grip on that. And if the best can make a mistake like this one, absolutely anyone can. That's why I love Zandvoort. You see, it doesn't have all the AstroTurf and all the runoff nonsense, quite like the modern day racing circuits. It is classic. Make a mistake, you got to pay for it. And sometimes even the best like Kieran Harrison get caught out. So hopefully Kieran Harrison can press the reset button and be back even stronger for the final round of the championship. But for now, let's focus on Jose Manuel Padin and Martin Donati. Now, Donati is an aggressive driver. He won't be afraid to block the door off. And that's something you can do rather easily at Zandvoort, considering how narrow this circuit is. But mind you, Jose Manuel Padin is no slouch himself. I think the last time we saw him at Montreal, he did get very aggressive and he was able to make a few good moves, Peter. So perhaps we could have something very good in the pipeline with this battle. Robin Osland and Dylan Burse, these two guys have been going on against each other for as long as I can remember now. Every single round has seen them go nose to tail.
Well, I tell you what, Dylan Burse, he will be looking very closely at Robin Osland in front of him, but I bet you he'll have one eye on Quentin Violati a little bit further up the road, because I think he still hasn't had his chance to have his redemption with Violati after their little skirmish in their heat. But this is going to be a good battle. Robin Osland, really fast driver, the Swede man from Garo, Dylan Burse, Antipodean ace. As we see, we've got a car going incredibly slowly there at the end of pit lane, actually parked at the end of pit lane, but thankfully just out of harm's way. That was good to see. I'm not sure that was Tobias Meisel. Was he serving a drive perhaps? Or just come in for the pair?
I guess he's pulled off and gone away because his car is also showing the red marks in the timing screen, so perhaps he's done for the day as well. But speaking of drive-thrus, Colin Books have had a drive-thru as well. That was for the number 555. That was for the incidents early on. And also, there is another drive-thru penalty coming in for Artem Grabau. So both the Wild Animals car having a tough day here. Yeah, that was for, of course, putting somebody on the roof as well. So not a good day at all for the Wild Animals guys with their well, as I say, we've said this before, Samil, you cannot excuse them for not being on brand. They are certainly on brand, that is for sure. that is for certain. So, riding on board with Brian Lockwood, who has been an absolute revelation today, and he has got a little bit of just a bit of minor damage on the front of this car. As you can see this on the front right-hand part of the bonnet of the car. There's a little bit of bodywork damage, but it doesn't appear to be holding him back, and he looks to be putting a bit of pressure on Sam Koiter in third here, and he can see the leading pair. He can see Maxim Ramstein up ahead and Alexander Teeb. Alexander Teeb, he is keeping Swiss time at the front here, 1.3 seconds ahead, and he is just putting consistent lap times one after the other in just metronomic fashion. That's what you get, the quality of the drivers here in the Porsche Sport Carrera Cup. They're not nobodies, they are proper
Stage P17, still P17.
They've raced in so many big series
Oh shit!
And if they've not raced in big series, they are making their mark and are rising up the ranks rather quickly.
Kept it in though.
So then, taking a moment of peace with Sam Koiter, let's actually stick back and listen to the sound of this beautiful Carrera Cup cars, because just how beautiful it is in the Porsche V6 flat 6 engine actually.
Oh, it's gorgeous. The flat 6 Porsche is such a distinctive sound, and you listen
Clément
to
isn't really
naturally aspirated. It's still quite rare nowadays to get a naturally aspirated race.
Not sure what's wrong with his car.
Brands going turbocharged, and you just listen to this singing car with a lovely, nice and wide power band as well.
Seems like he isn't pushing at all.
In these GT3 Cup cars as well. Actually, interestingly, has a touch less power than the GT3 road car that it is based upon, which has just over a slither over 500 horsepower. So, but of course, this car is quite a bit lighter because it's stripped of creature comforts such as sat-nav and leather seats. It's actually completely bare inside. But yeah,
keep in mind, compared to me, he should be up there.
Circuit, which is
like
Hill, which is very, very tight and twisty.
P10 or something
Cars,
right now.
They almost slightly outgrow the circuit, to be honest. I mean, threading on through the back part and not Hill.
Maybe it just didn't do the practice needed.
Many times that day, seeing not going around.
Hendrick's getting close though.
An engineering marvel, an absolute masterpiece.
Made a mistake.
I'm sure Brian Lockwood will agree.
Over the hill.
He's just driving this beast, and it is a proper beast. No traction control, no ABS. All the way through to the back of Sam Koiter for P number 3. Final position, slot mind.
Oh, he's just in behind him.
To prove exactly
getting pushed.
why he is there. He is quite a quick one with Racecraft Esports, one of the top sim racing teams around.
Jesus.
Can he do then? It's Racecraft versus WIP Volante. It is Coitert versus Lockwood in this middle sector. I'm sure Lockwood knows that he can't make the move around here, and Coitert, the home hero, knows how to block
Need to
things
chill
off.
down, I have to
But
time.
is he going to make something move done at the Lockwood corner, which is coming out right now? Not quite, Peter. Not quite. Not this time.
No, but he's just picking her way through. Just
Sam
taking
still in
his time, but he's
third.
definitely onto
It's
the back
okay.
of Coitert now, as you can visibly see on camera. So he's definitely in the range now, whereas just 2 or 3 laps ago he wasn't.
It's
Now
actually
we're getting
really
an
good for us.
excellent piece of information thanks to our wonderful producer Arjuna. Not only is he bringing you these wonderful replays, images, graphics, all you see here does not happen by accident. Arjuna is very busy on the buttons and the switches, and he has taken time to find us a great little tidbit. Brian Lockwood put in 60 hours of preparation for the TAG Heuer Esports Super Cup round here at Zandvoort. So clearly he's worn a Brian Lockwood shaped groove in the track here. He knows it so well.
Braking really late.
That is some incredible amount
Kill him
of
off.
effort. 60
Or
hours
it's
is no joke. And he
internet again.
translates that into a move down the inside on Sam Coitert. Wow, the door to
Or I'm just
go
braking
at
early. I
Dawson
think that's
corner.
it.
Lockwood having the advantage of the racing line, but they're still going wheel to
Just
wheel,
taking
and
it
they will
safe
not
though.
let go until a long, long time.
Better
Coitert
safe than
defends
sorry. Yeah.
valiantly, but so does Lockwood. Goes to the outside line of turn number 3, and he has to concede, Peter, but it's not done yet.
Spot the karting champion, Sam Coitert. Fantastic racecraft there. Because I tell you what, I thought Lockwood had that one in the bag.
That's
but
good.
Coitert
Much
just
better.
had to, I mean, absolutely perfect. Firm as you can be, fair as you can be as well. Brilliant stuff from both men. A lot of times that would have ended up in an incident, but they both co-inhabited the same part of the racetrack, side by side all the way through there. And I tell you what, this is going to be the standout battle, I'm sure, of the day. Now, Camille, look who we have. I just spotted some bright pink wheels in the background. Of course, Sam Coitert is sporting them as well. Justin Tipton. Now, he's in 5th, but the more that Lockwood and Coitert pass one another and fight with one another, Tipton can just, well, forgive me, tiptoe his way closer to this battle for the podium. Sorry, that's, I'm sorry, I'll retire.
That just has to be the pun of the day.
Yep, sorry.
And the best part of them all, Peter, is that Sam Coitert will have to worry just a little bit, because instead of seeing one Racecraft Esports car, it'll be 2 of them. And no, Sam, you're not drunk, you're not seeing everything double. It actually is 2 Racecraft Esports cars behind you. This is where the diamond comes under a lot of pressure. Does he mold up and become
Cheer
the
that
diamond that we
small
all
luck.
think he is? And we all know
Sucks.
that he is. Or do
Normally
the
you go
Racecraft
straight on
Esports
after
cars
this.
get by? As we are seeing in the comments, he's got to make that Porsche go wide.
Well, these do have a very wide track, these 911 GT3 Cup cars. If you've ever seen a
Okay, I'm
911
just trying
GT3
to
RS
show him,
they are an imposing looking car
What's wrong?
indeed, and a wonderful looking car.
What's happening?
As well, with a soundtrack to match. They are not merely racing cars. They
Did
are
my engine
mobile
just go?
musical instruments. These machines, they are just wonderful, and together as a symphony, they are beautiful. So Sam Coitert, well, he is just defending so
For fuck's
strongly
sake.
here. But this is Lockwood corner. Remember, here we go.
Speed limit went
Here he
on.
goes. Now he's got.
Okay,
half
so
the
my
move
wheel
done.
is
Can he make that
connected
move stick? He
incorrectly.
Shut the door. Sam Coitert, very quick on the.
I'm fucking
on the
angry,
headlight
okay.
flasher. Now he takes a wide entry. You'll be able to get a good exit out of this corner here. But Lockwood is through. Now here is the question.
For fuck's sake, now I have to
What do you
overtake
think,
all
Jamil?
those guys again.
Coitert, can he fight back? Can he retaliate here?
Well, knowing Sam Coitert, it's not even a question about can. He will fight back. He will retaliate.
Luckily next time I know what
Because
happens.
that is what Sam Coitert does for a living. We come across to the final sector, the final corner of the track. Justin Rem has made a move or 2. He's up in the P number 17. There's a bit of battling going on in the low half of the field, but we have to focus on this because this is where the majority of the points are awarded. And now it's a Racecraft
Come on.
Esports sandwich with Sam Coitert as the meat
How much did I
in his
lose?
home race. What can the Dutchman do? I know
Quite
what
a
he
lot.
can do. He can actually go ahead and get that position for himself, but how
Like 9 seconds or
close does he have to
something.
go and how much risk does he have to take? Because
Ah,
beyond the
damn
point,
it.
you have to ask yourself the question, is it worth it? Because that
Keep in mind
Zandvoort
it's not
things
easy
could
to
go
pass
so
on this
horribly
track,
wrong.
so I can
You
get
see, when
close
risk
to them,
things
but
up and
passing
go
is
for
in
a
a
move,
water
when
story.
things could go horribly wrong here.
Oh, well, speaking of things which aren't so pleasant, well, Ryan Parkins, the number 225 racing
Artemis
car,
behind me,
Porsche
he's also
Sport,
fast.
he
So
has now not one, but two HM Engineering aces behind him. Weeks and Bus.
just
These
became
are
more interesting though,
new
the
HM
race.
Engineering recruits. And Ryan's got looking in his mirror going, oh, who invited these guys along? Leave me alone. This is not what I want to see. You also see they'll be able to get close enough to see the Strasser Porsche logo on that Porsche Sport
Again,
car.
you just
One of
can't
the
make a
top
clean move, can you?
independent specialists for Porsche, both for sale, service, and will even be able to help you go racing here in the United Kingdom as well. They run a fleet of Porsche classic
I know it's
racing
hard on this
cars
track, but
as
come
well.
on,
So do
this is
give
next
them
level.
a shout, and thanks to them for their support of the series as well. But I tell you what, Ryan Parkins doing what he does best, keeping the defence up, knocking out those consistent lap times. And I tell you what, these HM Engineering guys, they're going to have to work hard to get past Ryan.
They absolutely have to. Look at them getting close. Ryan Parkins will see a big red monster in the back of his rearview mirror. It's not the wrestler Kane, it's the HM Engineering car of Weeks right at the back. There's been someone going wide. It's Henrik Lichtenhagen, I'm afraid. And our friends in the YouTube chat will be slightly disappointed because he's got so much support. Pascal Costa's involved in this. Lichtenhagen brakes at Lockwood Corner, and no, I've been there and I've done that. That corner just tightens up so much on the exit that it's so hard not to do something like that. It was inevitable, and it's happened now.
Yes,
Brian,
there are so many different lines.
Brian seriously passed him.
Of exit, but often they kind of meet in the middle there, and that's pretty much what happened. It looked a little bit like Costa maybe just got a bit late in the brakes. Now, also the one thing that is so tricky, we mentioned it all season long, is the braking in these cars. You have so many drivers take a long time to get used to the braking because of the brake balance is quite unusual as well, with the engine being so far rearward. But also these cars have no traction control and crucially no ABS. And into that corner, a lot of times you've got to do a bit of trail braking, turning the car in and braking at the same time, and just make that slight mistake on the brakes, you will just skid straight forward and through into the car in front, as we saw there. So I don't think there was any malice there, just a little bit of a little pinch of a lock up on the brakes.
Yeah, things can get wrong ever so easily right here at a circle like
Let's
Zandvoort
push.
in the Porsche Carrera Cup cars. Lots of things that can go wrong, but these drivers are so skilled that they manage to keep it all clean and together. Now the two HM Engineering cars of Weeks and Busk on the tail of Parkins. It's been a bit of a tricky weekend for HM Engineering too, coming in with two new cars. And you've got to give them a bit of slack. They're just come into the series, so you naturally expect them to make a couple of mistakes here and there, but I'm sure they'll come back stronger, and they will come back even better later on. Of course, last round of the season coming up in a couple of weeks' time, but now our focus is back on Ryan Parkins because Weeks is right there, Peter. Weeks is right there.
Yeah, this is amazing stuff from 959 HM Engineering ace. But well, this is a great matchup here between Ryan Parkins and Weeks in the 959 HM Engineering Porsche. And the one thing about Ryan is he makes very few mistakes. He really is so consistent. Just knocks out those lap times, and he's if I can reveal one of the really sneaky tip, Simil, that Ryan very kindly gave me, is that on iRacing is to turn the sound of the engine down slightly, which I do hate doing on cars like these, but it helps you hear the scrub of the tyres a little bit more. One of these little handy tidbits he gave me.
Ah, that's interesting. That's actually quite interesting.
So you can hear the tyres scrubbing, and well, it appears to be working. That's for sure. This would be his second top 10 of the season.
So that's good.
In this Porsche Sport
Now I can actually start gaining some time compared to him.
racing experience.
Because on actual pace I'm not faster, I think.
Relatively new to sim racing in the last 3 or 4 years compared to some of the other guys who've got a lot of experience. Ryan is an immense talent behind the wheel.
He absolutely is, and he's showing exactly why by keeping away both the HM Engineering cars, who are both formidable drivers themselves, and they keep it for the next 6 odd minutes. But hey, while all that's happened, Peter, everything at the top has been amazing. Alexander T, 3.5 seconds. We expected Ramstein to be closer, but no. Team has just been on charge, and you can't say that Ramstein has been off pace because Ramstein is always so consistent, but wow, Team has been on another level.
Yeah, he has. You just have to look at... Oh, no! No, Ryan Parkins is off. The King Hippo
That's
has
shit
spun
corner.
around. What has happened there for the
I'll put my
225 in the Porsche Sport?
best lap up.
Oh, and it gets
Delta.
plowed
So I have
by
something to
Weeks
focus
in
on.
959 HM Engineering. Well,
I know about what lines
red
are
scratch
good in
down
this
the side
car.
of that Porsche there. Ryan brakes, holds his
And
line.
it's doing it once again.
Whack.
Pressing all the buttons.
Never making that corner. No,
Fuck's sake.
that's not what we like to see, and it looks like Ryan may have a
I'm
bit
in
of
luck, it
suspension
doesn't
damage
engage the pit
when he gets
limiter
back
yet.
onto the track. So here's a view.
It did
from
now, I think.
Rasmus Busk. HM
Didn't,
okay.
okay.
Me. That wasn't a very good end to that battle, was it, Simone?
Nope, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite for all of them, and we expected big things, but
Okay.
yeah,
Job.
sometimes things just go wrong, don't they?
They do.
Push.
That is racing, as they say, and it
And there,
happens
and again.
to everyone. That's all part of the game.
Come on.
So, Justin Rem, the number 912, not quite been the feature race performance I expected from
Look,
him.
I can't
to
do
be honest.
anything
Now,
about
looks
it.
like he's carrying a bit of damage there, but I expected him to be a wee bit further up after being so impressive in his heat race. But good to see him with a bit of a resurgence this round here at Zandvoort.
Yeah, he's been having a good round right here. I mean, some days drivers just are on the top of their game, and there's a
fuck's
drive-through now
sake.
for the 959 car. Yeah, that's a bit of a sad incident right there. That would be for weeks in the HM Engineering team.
Yeah, as we see Pascal Costa, whoa, having a bit of a spin at Lockwood Corner, as we've christened it now. Speaking of, Mr. Lockwood, he's moved up into third position, so he's got past Sam Coiter as, and made the move stick, and he has often, well, he's pulled a big gap from Sam Coiter. Now here's a question for you, Sunil. With 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go, now, Brian Lockwood is not a contender for the championship. There are only two contenders for the championship, Maxim Ramstein and Alexander Teeb, and it's incredibly close. Alexander Teeb looks to be winning this round with 1 round to go. But here's a problem. If Brian Lockwood, look at the gaps there, 0.3 of a second, and then 0.2 of a second, then another nearly 0.3 of a second over the last 2 laps, he's pulled into Maxim Ramstein. Now, if Lockwood could go past Maxim Ramstein, Alexander Teeb will probably be giving him buying him a beer or giving him a free consultation in his physiotherapy practice.
Exactly. No, these two guys have been amazing in terms of the battles they've put on, but yeah, lots of respect between both of them too.
Indeed, yes, and I'm sure. Yes,
Wat doe ik?
great to see
ik?
up at the front here, but Alexander Teeb, I mean, you always know as a driver if you're not getting much airtime on the commentary, it means that you're driving the perfect race, basically.
He doesn't mind.
He doesn't mind. Very nice.
Goeiedag.
Very nice too. But look at this. I mean,
Ga mijn fuel
number
kijken,
54,
schijf.
Alexander Teeb. We run out
Aye.
of superlatives, but this is a good demonstration for our viewers of just how high the level is in top level sim racing. You know, we say Alexander's day job is as a physiotherapist, does drive at the World Championship level, does a lot of practice, about 3 hours a night. And the great thing is, as I say in every broadcast, the great thing about watching sim racing is
Mijn stuur zit er niet helemaal goed op, dus hij heeft nu echt al 3 keer de pit limit aangezet. En ook echt zeg maar dat ik hem er niet meer uitkrijg, omdat het dus weer. En alweer. Ja, daar kan ik dus echt helemaal niks aan doen. Godverdomme man. Ja, ik lig nu weer schijfvlak eruit. Tussendoor. Kut Trustmaster.
Yeah, Sam Coiter on the charge, so fast, not so smooth. On the gravel track eventually, Sam Coiter was pushing a bit too hard, but sadly, yes, sometimes it just backfires.
Gek van.
Not a bad result though in the end in P number 6, but surely he'll be looking back at that incident and marking it out in his post-race review and realizing, yeah, perhaps Asa should have not given him 120.
Indeed, so this is interesting here. This Justin.
Dat was mijn pit limiter voor de fourth time, and this time in schijfvlak.
For fourth
And
position.
then
So let's see.
no
So
way to
Justin
save it.
Tipton not
For
quite
fuck's sake.
able to reach the podium battle just yet.
Shit wheel.
But you never know. There's still with 1 minute and 43 seconds to go. Who knows what can happen? But Brian Lockwood he's still got 1.5 seconds to go with about look like we'll get 2 more laps, including this one I think. So it's going to be a big push for Brian Lockwood. It looks like he might have just Well, looks like Sam Poiter might have just... Sorry, my apologies. Start again, Peter. Maxim Ramstein looks like he might have just done enough to keep Brian Lockwood at bay, and that could be critical going into the final round at Spa in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, he's developing the gap for himself right now, and you just want to make sure that you get the best results all the time, just to keep on piling up the points on the points table. Make sure that it looks pretty good by the end. This is when you can actually go for a run and get the best results in. Now, is that Justin Tipton that we're looking at? Well, that's Quentin Violate at the back. Now, Quentin Violate is a very aggressive driver, mind you. Not really had the best of rounds this time, sadly.
Well, he's certainly, I mean, another top 5 for Quentin. I mean, if you get in the top 5 in a field like this, particularly in a format like this as well, I think, because you've got to get through your heat and then have as Quentin gets very cosy there, a little bit too cosy. Justin Tipton a little nudge, but they both carry on unharmed, it would appear. But Quentin just giving a little bit of a touring car tap there, just to say, yep, fancy a go. And I think that's what's about to happen in this last lap. And Justin Tipton, well, that'll just get his shackles up a little bit as we see Dylan Burst. Oh dear! Oh, Dylan Burst putting Robin Osland into the kitty litter there. The man from Gavel is in the gravel, unfortunately, at that horrible chicane there. Really, really tricky entry there into that chicane. It's just the Hans Erst chicane, which is always so tricky. But oh, now look at that. There is some wonderful sportsmanship. Dylan Burst pulls across to let Robin Osland go by. Very classy there from... Now bear in mind, that's a man 14 years old, a young man with impeccable manners.
Quentin had sowieso weer een penalty
That is
krijgen.
actually something so beautiful.
Ja?
Sportsmanship at its absolute best.
That's Tipton eraf
Sportsmanship
gereden.
here begins
Jezus,
even more
man.
with Violate trying to attack.
Kan ik nooit cleanen.
Right now on the very final lap. See what happens here going
Ja,
into
dat
the middle sector.
is wel duidelijk, ja.
Good defending much if to know, almost got loose now. Violate tries to look to the outside line. This could be his chance on the final lap. He's got the inside line for the next one.
Gast, ik had P15 kunnen worden.
Dit moest ik gewoon, dit is zo zonde weer.
Ah dear.
Ja,
Do you know what?
uiteindelijk, ik ben wel vijfde, maar
Disappointing
vierde
actually.
waarschijnlijk.
We'll come back to that one. I'm sure we'll get a chance to look at that
Zo
incident. But
stom.
Alexander Teep coming
Is
around
jammer.
Arie Luijendijk bend for the final time to cap off another perfect day here.
Ach,
in
je
the
begon
Simpower
voor
Carrera
Maxime,
Cup.
toch?
He's going to win from
Ja,
pole
ja, die pakt
position,
hem al bij
wins
de
his
start.
heat and wins here in
Oké.
the feature race.
Toen Brian.
Team Redline and puts
Brian pakt hem
himself
echt op de
in a
helft. Ik heb
very
nog best wel
strong
lang achter me
position
gehouden.
for
Ja.
the final round at Spa-Francorchamps.
Oké.
Maxim Ramstein comes home in second position.
Had je de pace van Maxime en zo?
And Lockwood in third
Field Maxime
place.
deed het
Just
uiteindelijk
not
op 3.7.
quite. A few more laps and might have got past Maxim, but not quite. So this
Okay.
battle resumes then. Dylan Burst.
Alexander was niet zoveel sneller, toch?
Robin Osland. It looks like they run to the
Ja?
line.
Oh, wacht
Yes,
even. 10.
Robin Osland just gets
Laat
that
maar.
position from Dylan Burst, but again, have to
Ik had niet
give
goed gekeken naar de
that
gap.
young man high commendation for his good manners
Damn, die
there.
was...
Speaking of the opposite of that, here is Quentin
Ja,
Violate.
Brian
Now
had
he
het
had the
beste
move
pace van
done.
iedereen.
Still room there
komt
to
van plek
tuck
8.
in, I would suggest, and maybe just lets the brake off a little bit. Would you suggest? Would you maybe agree, Simone?
Hey guys, I gotta get off here, but I'll talk to you soon. Good effort.
Ja. See you later, Ross. Bye.
Nice results, Sam and Carson.
Right here.
Nice. Glad you made it in the final.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I just and I saw that
No, perhaps
Brian
Violate could have
had
just
contact last lap.
not send it a bit too aggressive. You know, I understand on his point. He wants to get the position. It's the final lap. You want to go hard.
Brian.
Brian and I don't know the
Quentin.
other guy's name.
A little bit too.
Quentin, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you could have got that done cleanly. I
Alright,
know.
see you guys.
I'm not,
See you,
not
bye.
behind the wheel, but I'd like to see the steering inputs. But
Oké, dus wat ik nu de hele tijd heb, is dat mijn stuur... Wat te Hoor je me nog? Hoor je me nog? Oké, mijn stuur, zeg maar, de rim van mijn stuur gaat er een soort van half af. Waardoor soms gewoon mijn Discord mute of weer aangaat. Of mijn pit limit eraan gaat. En ik had het 1 keer dat ik hem ook niet meer aankreeg. Dus het duurde zeg maar echt gewoon 15 seconden voordat ik hem weer aankreeg. Fucking kut. Maar oh, my bit limiter engaged like 4 or 5 times and once I couldn't turn it back off, so I lost 12 seconds from that one.
Nice. Okay.
Otherwise I would have been P15.
Okay.
Oscar Wilkins, and
But Sam, yeah.
So,
August.
wait, why
The top
was
of
your
the HM
pit limiter
Engineering
doing
2
that? Like,
drivers.
Oh, my
button failure?
my rim
Lost my-
disconnected
There we go,
from
I showed
my
you.
base all the time.
11th place went to Alan Powell, followed
That's
by
not
Jose
good.
Manuel Paddy.
No,
Ryan
I've had it
Parkins, who
before.
had suspension
Back when I
damage
did a lot of
after that little
GT3
incident,
races,
finishing
I had it every
13th.
race like
Still a great result
few times.
considering. Martin Donati
basically
was
what I need to do
14th,
is
followed by
disconnect my
Jordan
whole wheel
Wicks,
and then
Justin Remy,
put it
Clement
back on
Angelo,
again and then it should be
Artem
good.
Gavau,
But yeah,
Pascal Costa,
Oh, okay.
Carsten
it's not ideal at all.
No, it is not.
And the rest of our field
Sam did a good
was
job.
Hendrik Lichtenhagen,
Just
Yeah,
sad.
Sam had a good
Rob
race.
Orton,
Unlucky
Martin
for that
Spalek,
one
Dean
off,
Baird,
but
Yeah.
Tobias
it happens.
Meisel, Kieran Harrison,
Yeah, it was.
not
Did you go into the wall,
him
Sam?
down there.
At Schijfvlak?
No.
Terrible day at the
Okay,
office
good.
for Kieran. Kirill
That's
Kovacic,
difficult at Schijfvlak actually.
27th, followed by
He did a
Gallo,
less,
Thomas Goldelion, and
a
finally,
less dramatic
Lewis
Michael Pedersen.
Ward.
Uh-huh.
So
from Heat
already,
1.
well, he's as
Yeah.
fast on the
I don't know
circuit
if you
as
saw
he
that.
is to
Just check the
interview
social
room.
media.
We have our
Um,
race winner, Alexander.
What? Did you
Thiel,
put it on
with
social media?
my
Check
colleague,
the media,
Sunil Arora. Let's see what he has to say.
Alex made yet
There it is.
another
Okay.
dominant performance. I ask this question to you all the time, but still, how do you do it, man? The amount of practice that you put in and everything,
Okay.
it just always
Oscar.
results in a superb result.
Yeah, I mean, at the end,
The
it's
media.
all about the time
Second
management, if
fastest
you have
lap
enough
of
time
the
for
race.
practice, but for this race,
Okay.
actually, it was
Probably to
a bit
Brian
too close.
Lockwood,
No.
So
probably.
I started
No.
Alexander
a few hours ago
Oh,
with
okay.
the practice, which
I
wasn't
am-
enough, and I mean, I could see it
Oh,
in my
no.
lap times in the,
Brian
in,
Lockwood
in,
is
in the race. In the beginning of the race, I was super
1:0.0055
fast, but after 15
Then
minutes, my lap times
Alexander
were dropping.
Deeb, or you?
Yeah, a bit too
Okay.
much.
Oh yeah, Carter, I've talked to
Brian
Dylan.
was
You
yeah,
asked
closing
that.
the gap a little bit.
Yeah.
Dylan doesn't want to
So
join
it
the team,
wasn't
and he
perfect,
just joined
in
the
my
team.
opinion, but
That's
at
the
the
funny
end,
thing.
I'm happy
The-
with
What
the
team
result.
Yeah,
did
he
you join?
joined.
Come
he
on,
joined
come on, Alex. The lap
Irish.
times were dropping. You
Yeah,
were just super
fiercely
running,
forward.
dominating from
Yes.
start to finish.
He joined fiercely forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
A day
for
after I
this
asked him to
position,
join us.
You always need to
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, search the
That's a bit stupid.
yeah these things you can improve, and it's
Okay.
at the end the key
I had a
to,
great offer, like
yeah, to succeed.
$50 a month. No.
Alex, we've got Spa coming
No,
up
but, I
in
mean,
a couple of weeks.
that's
The
a
battle
bit dumb,
between you and
if I'm
Maxime
honest.
is heating up.
Nah,
How
it's
does
okay.
it feel
He
getting
can make his own
another
choices,
trump
you know.
over him
It's
because
okay.
he's of course
Yeah,
a main championship
course.
rival.
Yeah, I
and then,
mean, to
yeah,
be
I was
honest, I'm
watching
just looking
Oscar
forward to it.
Wilkins.
I mean, Spa
Yeah.
is a great
And he looked
track.
to be
The
improving
racing will be
Yeah,
awesome
every race.
Gotta get a
on the
penalty
track. I mean, it's not too
Yeah.
easy
Quentin
to pull
can't
away
drive.
from the car behind.
He
No.
can drive,
The
but he
draft
just
is
can't
very
overtake.
strong there.
He can't
But,
race. Yeah, he can.
the
He can
racing
drive, but he can't
has
race.
always been
Exactly.
It's
great
better.
at,
I was already
at
thinking
Spa,
it.
and
I was only watching on the last lap,
yeah,
only
I'm
watching
just looking
my
forward
Telement or my
to get into the battle with
because I knew
Maxime
he
and maybe Brian.
put his nose.
Yeah,
Oh, that'll be interesting, Alex. And
yeah, and I'm
what's
glad
the
that
atmosphere like in Team
Tipton
Redline right
didn't
now? Is everyone
just go
pretty
straight in
satisfied
front of
with
you
the
on
way
a
you've been
rejoin.
going on over here in the Carrera Cup? I mean, surely they have to be.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Also, I already knew
I
Michael was
think,
going to take a break. I actually suggested that to
we
them,
okay.
to him,
also
because
with a victory yesterday in the Petit Le Mans
Yeah,
race.
so Michael, Michael will
nice.
take a break.
Yeah, the
He may
atmosphere
be
in general is
able to
very
do
good.
the last round, he may not, but he'll let us know with enough time to get a reserve. if
Well,
we
Alex,
need.
just before we let you go,
Uh,
is there anyone you'd like
yeah,
to shout
we
out
we
to
don't
for this
we
one?
don't get reserves though
First, Maxime
for the
and
first
Brian,
team.
who did a,
Oh,
they
what?
did a
Why?
great job, P2 and P3.
That's a rule. If you join the competition this late, you can't replace a
And also
driver.
and also you guys, you're doing a great
Even not
job
for
at
one race.
P2 late.
So it's or you drop
Thanks so
round,
much, Alex. Congratulations
or
once again,
you're
and
fucked,
hopefully
basically.
we see a good round
But-
in Spa. See you,
Yeah,
mate.
thank you. See
Then,
you.
it doesn't matter that much, but it's sort of nice if he still drives.
To react.
So are you
That is
doing next
so
race?
impressive, isn't it? We've
No,
seen
I'm
him-
not.
Alex drive the
Then
most
how does that work?
beautiful race all day, just not
Um,
a single mistake.
We're not getting
And,
many more
he's
points
still
for the
not
second team. That's
satisfied.
it.
That's how it's. That's life.
I can drive if I want to,
Isn't it?
but
is.
I
It
don't
is.
really.
Not life at the top.
I don't really
Everyone's
like the Porsche at the
in
moment.
for a
Isn't
chat
David
to the
driving?
commentary box.
though?
Yeah, but not for the second team because I have to buy a separate entry for him. I did already.
Why do you have to do that?
Like a free, because it works like this. If you have they still have like a new entry fee, so €3 for every race, because
Okay.
of the prize money. So you can't enter without the with having the possibility to get prize money.
Okay, and are you racing? So
I
you're
can
not
race,
Well, you're still very
but
much
my
in the
first idea was
the
not to,
championship,
because
Yeah.
I'm kind of
and
done
course,
with
Spa is a
racing
circuit
for
which I think,
Volante.
well,
I just want to
Yeah,
have
you
fun.
driver loves.
And then the other
In
stuff
terms
is
of
not
your
really serious.
performance, at
Like
Spa in the
yesterday,
past, is
like
that a
Petit Le
circuit
Mans,
where
it's
you've-
just fun.
you've had a
But
lot of
Yeah.
success
it
relatively?
shouldn't
How
take
do
too
you
much
find
time
it
because
when we get there for
now
the season
it's
finale
so
in
hard
2
to
weeks?
do managing
I think
and then
I'm
driving,
gonna like
then
Spa
doing
more than
liveries,
Zandvoort, to be
then doing
honest.
social media, and yeah, it goes
Yeah,
on and on and on.
Yeah, I've
So
got more
Yeah, so-
experience in the game.
So David
on
can't get
Spa
points
than
for
on
the second
Zandvoort.
team though.
no, he can't.
And
Nope.
But
yeah, it should
could
be
Ross?
easier for
Nope.
me to keep up if
Oh,
Alex
okay.
is faster. again, Brian,
I basically got
to keep up with
almost
the
all the
draft,
points for the
with long
second team
straights,
at the moment,
should give me a tiny
Yeah,
advantage,
you would
I
only.
think.
Well, Jordan has like
I hope,
a couple,
at
but
least.
like 10, and now I
So,
have
yeah,
like
looking forward to that one. It's gonna
how
be
many?
close. I'm
Like
gonna have to
70, 60.
pull something off. I'm gonna have to beat him.
You're
if
good
I
at
wanna win
crashing.
this. So exciting for sure.
Well,
I saw you. I
Well,
saw
we're
you lose it
certainly
under the
equally
brakes.
excited,
Wait,
and
the
I
first race.
admire your
In-
honesty as
First
well,
race.
Final.
to say that
Final.
you prefer
What?
Spa over
I think you
Zandvoort.
did in the
I
final,
do
wasn't
admire
it?
that honesty. That's
Was it
Or was
that
it the
is very
first race?
impressive.
the
Now,
end of
speaking of Zandvoort,
the
now, when I
the
come
first lap?
here,
You mean?
or when I've been here in
No,
the past,
you were all by
tickling is
yourself
a
and heading
delicacy
into the
that we have
chicane,
here, at Zandvoort.
and
Have
then you just kind
sampled
of
the
lost
delights
the
of
rear
seashore
and
here at
span
Zandvoort
across
in
the
real
street.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
sure. Yeah,
that was a
that's,
mistake.
that's
But
a
that was
delicacy
just
throughout the Netherlands, I think. At least where I live as well. So,
I
yeah,
was a
especially
bit fed up
when I was a
still.
little kid, we used to go get it.
Yeah.
But that wasn't in the final. That was in the.
I think that was in the final.
That was not the final. I made no mistakes until my wheels started disconnecting, and then I went wide into schijfvlak, and yeah.
Who would you like to give a
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out to after a great
In the final, I made no mistakes. That's why I was like,
I think I actually
oh,
forgot to congratulate Alex
wait.
on the win again. So
Did I
first of
actually?
all, congrats to him. And thanks to my team.
Oh
again.
yeah,
We've
you're right.
got
I
some
made
new
that
guys
mistake, and then I
joining the
dropped
series
back
as
to
well.
the like
The driving's not
P15
been
because before that I was like
hurt,
running
but,
pretty
yeah,
high up
great with,
actually.
help for the setup. So
Yeah, something like that.
That's
Okay.
good stuff.
Did you
Thanks,
see the
guys.
media?
I'm sure you can give them
Insta?
a few handy tips before,
any of them.
before Spa.
All of
Maxim,
them.
well done on another brilliant drive today, and all the very best of luck for the season finale in 2 weeks' time.
Thank you, thank you.
It
You're a
was just-
motherfucker for
Finally,
posting that.
we
Come on.
have our, for me, standout driver
What?
of the day, Brian
Michael's
Smith.
already pretty negative about even sim racing, and then you start posting this shit.
I talked to Michael about it, don't worry.
Okay.
You can check the Instagram DM.
Also, we need to post about yesterday because it's kind of sucks that Michael took pole and we didn't post about it.
Yeah,
very
well,
chaotic for sure. Especially
I
at
was
the
busy
starts.
with Virtual
And,
Endurance Championship.
Unfortunately,
I get it. I was busy with fucking up the timing for
the
Virtual
damage
Endurance Championship.
at turn one,
Yeah.
I think
In the
Yes, you were.
story.
hindered
Yes.
what could have been.
Do you have that pole lap? Like we
could have
record
gotten
that?
more out of the weekend, but overall,
pole lap?
still,
Yeah, Michael's
was an
pole
awesome
lap. Would
race.
we be able to record it?
If we have a replay from the race, yes.
Do we? Sam, do you have the replay from the race?
That one corner in the middle.
Yesterday.
That was Lockwood corner because you were able to make
No.
so many moves over there. That was some epic stuff.
It's a
man.
huge
Uh,
replay if someone has it. We can ask these GT Turkish GT drivers. They might have it.
Yeah,
simple.
they will have.
They should have saved it. If they didn't, they're stupid because
On the whole, what were the major
they did
challenges
so
that you
much
faced
to
in the race?
to get attention.
So you seem to extract a good result, but there must be a few things that must be slightly tricky to handle, right?
Okay, yeah. So check if we can
absolutely.
get the
This is
replay and then record the
one of
pole
my
lap
favorite
and we'll
tracks
post that.
in the world, and
Yeah, I hope we can.
it's because it's so tricky. Every
Yeah,
single
so,
corner is complex
okay.
for a different reason.
Actually, Sam, the
Yeah,
guy you were
turn
driving
one,
with
there's
yesterday,
a-
how much
there's a
iRating did he have?
braking zone that you have to let off for. Turn 3, of course, has the banking.
Less or more than you?
etc.
Sorry, what? Less.
So the challenge is really just understanding what every corner on the
Okay.
track wants, because it's something different.
6 split was kind of, for LMP2 at
Yeah,
least,
corner on
kind
the
of
track, it
high iRating, I
wants
think, right?
Something unique. So
Stable.
luckily, I had
Stable,
preparation from the
Top
Porsche
split was
Tech
7K.
Esports Super Cup
At least for
earlier this year,
like GT and LMP2
and I was able to
and GT3 together.
use some of that track.
I think
knowledge,
only LMP2 you're
and
looking
I
at
got up to
around
speed pretty
8K.
quickly. So
Or more.
I think without that, I would have been much worse
Yeah,
off.
Roman Grosjean's team
But-
didn't even make split.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly. Did you actually see the average time of Max
ended up,
Verstappen?
No.
got up to speed pretty
10.5.
quickly, threw a setup together.
Over the whole race.
Justin and I were
It's insane.
a little bit.
The
concerned about
second,
race. Neither of us had
like the second top
as
guy
much prep
average
time as we would
time
like,
is
and he was
was an
also
11.2.
but
11.1 or something like
overall,
that,
we both did really
which
well.
is still pretty fast.
And
To be honest,
we
with
got
like
to know
traffic and stuff.
practice for 60 hours at Zandvoort for the
12.
Porsche Export
Yeah,
Super Cup.
exactly.
Is that true?
Oh, it is.
Maarten was on
63.
30 something.
3, holy
No
hell,
joke.
man, that is some intense stuff, isn't it?
One crash that made it all.
Absolutely. It was worth it though. I ended up finishing.
Carson, are you gonna talk
third in the
to,
sprint race and fifth in the feature.
Alexander?
So it certainly
No,
paid
not
off.
today. Not today.
Certainly paid off
Eventually,
indeed.
though,
And Brian,
on
just
Discord?
before we let
I
you go, a
hope.
couple of questions.
But it, yeah, I
Porsche
just
Export
need.
Super Cup, we've got Monza coming up
Yeah,
next.
I'm not
What
sure.
are your thoughts on that, and what are your thoughts on
Actually,
Spa
have you
coming
seen
up
social
next
media?
year?
Because it's actually going pretty well.
Well, mine's
For us.
What
coming
is?
up. You know,
If you look at the analytics, it's actually not that bad. It's pretty good.
I'm P21 in the championship
Yeah,
right now, 3 points
What
behind.
does that have
the
to do
cutoff
with Alexander? What?
for the
It
top
doesn't
20.
have to do anything with Alexander, but
Okay, it was just a different
it
one.
was an
Okay.
intro to.
That
I still lack a bit of
helped
motivation.
by the incident
Well,
race
it's
race
actually
where I
going
was
better
in
now
the
after
grid,
we
unfortunately.
had the meeting and stuff.
Maybe you should stop doing races that you know you're
that's
not
the
going to do
reality of
very
the
well in.
situation.
Just stop doing
So
races
I
in,
just
in general.
have to race my race.
Well, I mean,
and
like,
whatever happens.
did you have
happens,
fun
you know.
yesterday?
If
I had fun, but I should have practiced more.
If I really
Okay, and then
deserved
today?
the top 20, I would have
Today,
this position in the first place. So at this point, I just have to take
Take
what
that as a no.
Okay,
Well,
I had
once again,
fun
Brian,
after the
congratulations on
first
this
heat.
result. It
The
was
first
really
heat was
fun
shit.
watching you
That was
drive
just.
here. Mind-blowing stuff.
I was a
All
bit
the best
ashamed,
for
to be
Spa,
honest.
man.
Even worse than I
Thank
was
you
at
very
Montreal.
much.
That was even worse, though.
That, folks, was Brian
Yeah, I
remember
from
what you did at
Racecraft
Montreal.
Esports Center.
I didn't practice.
And finishing in P number
Oh,
3.
right.
In short,
Truly
okay.
entertaining.
Oh, and the first lap incident. Did you see that, Carter?
At Zandvoort.
No.
Okay, I
Oh,
crashed
it's
into
been
the
an
back of
absolute pleasure to
Hugo
call, a
Gallo.
pleasure and a privilege to call
Hugo
this
Gallo.
this action
And
to Matthew Simila's been
I let him
absolutely
by, so I was
superb,
like
and
at
it sets us
the
up
last
perfectly
position.
for the
And then I got a
championship
black
finale
flag,
in
and then
2 weeks'
Hugo
time,
was like,
the
no, he
final
let me
round of
pass.
the
And then
season.
they
Really,
cleared the
many
black flag
drivers,
again. It
the best of them
so
all.
weird.
Spa, on the 18th
Yeah.
Okay,
of
well,
October. Do not
I mean,
miss it here,
maybe for
at
the
8
final round
PM
of Simpower,
time,
we
which
need to
is
schedule multiple days of practice sessions
GMT.
so that we can be ready
So yeah, we'd
and not
love to have your
be
company for that. I can assure
horrible.
you.
Oh,
it will be an
what?
absolute
Yeah, maybe,
thriller
but
to, well, finish what has been an amazing
the most important
season
thing
of
is
the Porsche Sport Carrera
we
Cup, and
don't
let's hope
like. It's better
we'll
to
come
not
back for
schedule
another
drivers
season.
this close together
That's all
in one
we
weekend,
have
two
time for
races.
here
Yeah, of
tonight
course.
on
Because
Racecraft
Michael,
TV. We hope
that's
you've
seriously
enjoyed
the
this
reason why Michael
broadcast.
wasn't
The drivers put on an amazing
Yeah, I
show.
know.
A huge
performing
thanks
or-
to our producer,
Yeah.
Arjuna
Yeah, 'cause he had
Kankapati,
Petit Le
for,
Mans.
well,
Yeah, it
what must
just
have been a very
built up.
busy night on production with all
Yeah,
these wonderful
so,
replays, graphics, and
maybe
images. So huge thank you
for
to
like,
Arjuna.
because we
Big
have
thanks to
a
my
weekend
comedy
off
pal,
next
Sunil
weekend from
Arora, for
Simpower,
his
because it's
wonderful
every 2
company
weeks.
and insight
Mhm.
throughout the night.
At the same
And to
time,
you
the
for
race
watching,
normally is we
and
have
we hope to
practice,
see you in 2
Yeah.
weeks' time.
because everyone should be available
for
then.
the season finale
And,
of the PorscheSport.com
yeah,
Carrera Cup.
Okay.
and then we can actually be ready for the race because we don't want a repeat of today.
Also, I don't want to have.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I mean, Sam, that was insane. Your first race. I'll take that again. We'll do that again. But
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
don't want to. Yeah, you can win. Go ahead and win everything. But I just don't want to see Karsten facing backwards into a chicane.
I know. Me neither. Me neither.
Okay, yeah. So
I just wanted to run Zandvoort. Sorry. Go on. Go on. And Michael and Ross, yeah. Also, I don't want to have Ross driving any other car than the Cadillac, so I'm going to try and find a league with the Cadillac for
why?
Daniel and Ross, because Ross is totally off the pace in any other car at the moment.
Well, then he should work on getting on pace.
He only does official races in the Cadillac. It's the only thing he does all the time. And then I sort of force him to do other things, but it doesn't really work. So he should do other classes, but he should be practicing it, not racing in it instantly.
Okay, yeah. So let's schedule some practices.
Yeah, true.
Easy money. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but I need to find a Cadillac league because that's just way more fun for Daniel and for
Dus isn't on
Ross. Sorry, what?
No Cadillac League is on.
No, I don't think so. No. They always start like at the start of the year, end of the winter. That's when they start.
Are there any actual good Cadillac leagues though?
Yeah, last year Daniel was actually in a quite a decent one, but it's not like big on social media or anything. It's like it has like 10 viewers still, so it's a bit shit in that sense. But you often have like multi-class races, one-time races from teams that are okay. So for those races maybe it's Anyway, we need to look for stuff to race in iRacing.
Well, is the goal to Porsche Esports Super Cup? Is that the goal, or what's the goal? Because we'll figure that out.
Not this year. It's not. It's
Well,
basically
yeah,
not possible. The main goal, first of all, is to be fighting for next year for top 5 in any class in Neo, and then to qualify for Porsche Esports, or at least the World Championship at that time, because that can change still.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so I guess what we'll do is we'll figure out some goals and then work towards those, get a plan and all that, strategy and
That's
and
good.
and hopefully in 2 weeks time it'll be Sam on the top step,
Hopefully.
Michael second, David third or second, I don't know, Karsten 31st, and
You motherfucker. No, I'm not racing. Just saying.
Right, yeah.
I have way too much to do. I barely have time for the team, mate.
Don't race.
No.
But yeah, schedule practice sessions. That is a good thing to do.
Well, it doesn't work most of the time. It's more like, is anyone available today? And then people are like, yes, but if you do like, is anyone available in 2 days? Then people are like, I have no idea, and then it doesn't happen.
Well, that's why you schedule it for the same day as the race, but like the opposite weekend. So like next weekend, Sunday at race time.
I've tried it, so, and it didn't really work.
Why didn't it work?
Because I was the only one in the server all the time.
When did you schedule it? That is the question.
About
a couple hours before.
Last week I did.
Did not work.
Last week I did. 3 sessions. Nobody joined. Not even me though, so don't even care.
So what we need to plan like sessions in advance instead of like a day before we go.
It sounds really good, but people actually need to attend for other people to attend, so it's a bit of a...
Yeah, so I mean,
a thing.
Sam, are you available to practice next weekend at race time?
That's a no. Look, I'm right. I'm always right. I'm always right. Come on.
I think Sam, that's a yes, for sure. So.
Maybe. Okay, I need to go.
Okay, yeah. We'll talk some other time then.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
See you later.
See ya.
See you, bye. Oké. Thanks for watching, guys. Bedankt voor het kijken. Sorry dat ik de chat niet aan had staan. Dat ga ik volgende keer weer doen. Maar ik hoop wel dat je genoten hebt van het crashen en alle rare capriolen die ik uitgehaald heb. Dit was niet best. Dus wat je ook al hoorde, ik ga vanaf nu niet meer racen voor Volante. Misschien race ik nog wel voor de lol, maar het kost te veel tijd en het is, het moet wel leuk zijn. En nu is het gewoon, ik race weer zoveel dat het eigenlijk weer wat minder begint te worden. Dus ik ga weer eventjes een beetje rustig aan doen. Verder moet ik mijn stuur even opnieuw aansluiten, want dit werkt ook niet. Top. Thanks voor het kijken en ik spreek jullie de volgende keer als Volante weer bezig is. Joejoe.
Hello race fans, Peter Mackay here.
welcoming you to the Porsche Sport Carrera Cup, live from Montreal in Canada. We're here at Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, a street circuit here for the Porsche Sport Carrera Cup. It's been an incredible season so far, with absolutely mind-blowing racing all the way through the field. Joining me today in the commentary box is my commentary box pal, Sunil Arora in Mumbai. Sunil, how are you feeling today? We've had Le Mans all weekend, but here we are for some fast-paced action in the PorscheSport.com Carrera Cup.
Oh, you can bet I am absolutely pumped up for this one. I adore Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and it may not have been the best of days for Porsche at Le Mans, but here, everything is beautiful in Montreal, that's what they say.
Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, it wasn't a good day for Porsche at Le Mans, but 2 Scottish winners, so I am on cloud 9 right now as well. Johnny Adam and Paul Di Resta, I bet they're on about cloud 29 right now as well after their victories. Anyway, so we're here in Canada, street racing, and of course,